Good evening, everyone. Well, there's my big announcement. One of them, at least. I hope you think it's cool. It's different. It's something I've been working on for a while. Um, so if it passes all the checks, it's been submitted for distribution on all the music platforms. And there you go. There's a taste of an album I've been working on. I know it's probably a little different than you probably expect from me. Um, you know, look, I love rock. I love heavy metal. I love all that stuff, but I also kind of dig synth pop or synth wave, technically. And it's something I've been messing around with since I was a teenager. And I'll tell you a quick funny story about that. So there was this girl I was dating, and her brother worked in the music business, and he had all kinds of fucking setup of the latest and greatest cool shit you'd ever want to lay your hands on. And so I go hang out at her house, and she'd pass out at like 8 o'clock at night. I go hang out with the brother and like be fucking around with all these keyboards and all this shit. So it's something I've been doing for a long while. And it reminds me of this from Risky Business. And this is what I have to say about stuff like this.
You know, Bill, there's one thing I've learned in all my years. Sometimes you gotta say, what the fuck? Make your move.
So I'm making a move. If people don't buy it, they don't buy it. If you guys don't like it, it's fine. I get it. It's not for everybody, but I want to do something different. And it's not going to be, I'm not leaving YouTube or changing things. I'm still going to be doing my thing over here on YouTube. But I'm going to try fucking around with this music stuff a little bit. And funny enough, speaking of music stuff, so if you guys remember a couple months ago, well, maybe it was probably almost a year ago at this point, I was doing it was the new old show, and it was so much work for me. It seemed like a big failure for me because I put so much work into it, but it was just to try to do it, even bi-weekly was just a ton of work. But the funny thing about it was, if anybody had watched those shows, there was a guy I had on there who was a Spanish guitarist from Argentina. And I got to talking to somebody that guy knows. We got to talking, and I'm like, look, I've been working on this, trying to do this publishing music stuff. This guy's a fucking amazing Spanish guitarist. And I'm like, you want me to try to do it for you? So he agreed to it. And now I'm working on his shit on the side. And it's fucking amazing shit. Like, I wish I could play guitar like this fucking dude, man. And it's all just acoustic, all just Spanish guitar, but it's the most beautiful shit you ever want to hear. And so I'm thinking I'm going to help put some music out for him too. And then on top of that, I have some friends, and we're talking about doing some like rockabilly fucking shit. Just 3-piece, one friend, he's really good with drums. He's been playing drums. I could do bass. I'm not as good a guitarist as one of my other friends. And we just do like, instrumental shit and put that shit out there. Rockabilly. See, so I'm not like totally abandoning like the rock and the metal and all that stuff. So we'll see where this goes. So within the next few months, Sean is saying BV be the man. No, so it wouldn't be we already have a name kind of thought up. It wouldn't be BBB the band or Von Baum or any of that, because it's not me. I'm not. I would be just playing bass. So, and now all that great. I'm not a professional musician anything. It's just fun stuff. So the point I'm trying to make is, sometimes you could think. For years I never thought, I'm not a musician. I'm not this, I'm not that. I do my daily job. I have no experience I have no business doing this. I have no business making videos on YouTube. I have no business putting out music. I have no business writing movies. I'll tell you about that in a sec. I have no business doing this, that, and the other thing. But sucking in the philosophy of the MGTOW movement and the self improvement, and in speaking with you guys, in speaking with guys even who aren't within the MGTOW realm, they're they're doing well in life and they're doing their manly stuff. And I said, just like that risky business clip, sometimes you just gotta say, oh fuck it, man, let's just do it and see where it goes, see what happens, see where the chips fly. I don't expect to become a millionaire or anything like that. I'm not doing it for that. I'm kind of doing it for me, for that I could. It's almost like prove to myself that I'm not just a dude that does shit on my keyboard at fucking my 9 to 5 fucking job and fucking do nothing else. And what I mean? Like, I don't want to say I want to leave a mark on the world, but there's so much I want to do. So why not do it? And that's what I'm trying to do, is Billy Awakening. I don't know if it's an awakening. I definitely think over the last few years, it's almost like a renaissance for me. I think any one of you guys can experience that too. It's, whatever you wanted to do in life, like, why not fucking just do it? Like, why you tell yourself that you can't because of this, that, and the other thing? And of course, there's going to be stuff that just is impossible, that there's no way you could do. I want to be as good as Michael Jordan. Well, probably not happening, right? But that doesn't mean you have to stop trying or coming up with things that you can do. And that's all. That's all I'm trying to get at. So I had mentioned about I'm not a movie writer either, but I just completed a rock opera called Box Wine and Catland. If any of you guys have been watching my show regularly, or Pop Show, it's been mentioned on there, kind of in the background. I just finished writing it, and I sent it over to a guy who has the potential to even to look at it. Don't know if he'll make it, but maybe he knows somebody or somebody knows somebody. I think it's a funny fucking movie. And I think it's got a lot of good shit in it. And it's all stuff that, like what's happening with me over these last few years, as far as saying, fuck it, let's just do it. Let's do it. So there's my good news for this week. Just finished the thing. I sent that over yesterday, as a matter of fact. Haven't heard back. I don't expect to hear back for a few days at least. And I got the music coming out on Friday. If you guys are into that or want to just check it out, it's going to be on, if you have like Apple, you can stream it, and Spotify, whatever. I know it's different. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's not. Some people say, oh, it's like club music or, dance thump, thump, thump. I don't really like to do the dance thump, thump, thump. I like to kind of weave a story with the music. And that's, so it's not just shit repeating over and over and over and over again. That's why I think club music is, in my mind. This is kind of like telling a story. So that's what I got going on, guys. So, with that said, with me blabbering on for the last, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, I got some guys in the background, and let's bring them in. See what they have to say. We got Mando. What's going on?
Hey, Billy. Congratulations on the new album.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Here. I'll
I'll probably download it and listen to it. I'll be honest with you, most American music just annoys me anymore.
Well, it's so I'm trying not to do just standard shit that everybody else is doing. I want to be, I want to put out different stuff.
Well,
and again, not just me. Like, I want to help like the guy with the Spanish fucking guitar music. That's like different. You don't hear that stuff on the radio ever.
oh yeah. Well, and truth be told, you might get annoyed by this, but my favorite band currently, and for at least the last 10 years, is actually one out of Finland.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Nightwish?
I think you've played it before.
Yeah,
I think you either sent it to me or you played it on one of these shows or whatnot.
Yeah, they do symphonic metal.
Yeah.
Which it sounds bizarre, but when you actually hear some of their songs, it works.
I'm just reading some of the comments. Single mom has what? Hold on. Just imagine all single mom ass you'll get, Billy. That ain't happening.
Polska might not be wrong.
Don't become the next Diddy. that ain't happening either. Don't worry about that. That guy is going. I never liked that. I thought that guy was a fucking complete ass.
Well, most celebrities and most politicians, let's be fair here, are generally worthless pieces of carbon.
No doubt.
That's just probably the nicest way to say it.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Jackal hiding back there. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Playing games.
Playing Ravenfield. I'm gonna be fighting against the British in North Africa.
During what?
Second World War.
Okay. Why would you be fighting? Oh, are you a Nazi?
No, I just like German stuff.
So, but yeah, if you're fighting the British, then you're a Nazi, correct?
I'm playing as Nazi Germany, yes.
All right.
Well,
okay.
Refresh my
At
memory.
least I have a competent leader.
Refresh my memory. Didn't the Italians also have a force in North Africa?
Barely. The Italians
Barely. They
weren't
shouldn't have
really
been there. They should have just stayed in Italy.
Well, let's be honest. The Italians should just worry about their cannolis and their lasagnas and leave everything else alone.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, they weren't. Yeah. Their hearts weren't in it. It was Mussolini was driving that truck, and they didn't want to be. They didn't want to ride along. I mean,
no.
As soon as the Americans came to Italy, they all fucking laid down their arms. Like, what? We all know you. My brother, he lives in America. All that.
Lives in New York.
Yeah,
exactly. We also got Tommy D. What's going on, Tommy D?
Oh God, you brought me in. You
I did.
Crazy bastard. You crazy bastard. So hey, what are you telling me? You're getting into music? You're doing some crazy shit?
No, I mean I've always been into music.
Well, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, you're actually publishing it.
I'm gonna give it a shot. Why not?
Fucking A, man. I like it. I love it.
Thank you.
I mean, you're doing a great job with your crazy videos.
Nice.
It can't be any worse, right?
Well, the problem with that shit is that it's dependent upon whatever the mood over is at YouTube.
Yeah.
And there's definitely, my account is definitely flagged, whereas they definitely have somebody over there like looking at my videos and either putting them in approved bucket or not approved bucket.
Right.
because it's the strangest thing. I'll release a video and nothing will happen for like a couple hours, and then it'll either die on the vine or it'll like shoot up. And if it really gets like like going like straight up, then they fucking cut it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like you should see all my graphs. My graphs on a lot of my videos go straight up, and then once they hit like a couple thousand views, it's literally like they turn a switch and just fucking cut it off. It just like literally fucking flatlined.
Salty Cracker says the same shit, man. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it is actually something that a lot of people have noticed and are calling YouTube out on hot and heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, the prevailing winds have turned the other way, and I think the crazies are starting to realize that they are on the wrong side of history, or at least the less crazy ones. So, well, we'll see what happens.
No matter what happens, it's going to be one of these things where you want to sit back with popcorn and watch the fireworks.
Oh, I am loving every fucking minute of it.
Oh, fuck
Just,
yeah.
Everybody who were calling our guy Hitler and all this other shit, and he's, gonna bring on the next, genocide and all this shit.
Apocalypse.
They are just fucking just eating crow.
How does that crow taste? That's all I gotta ask.
Isn't it? It is just absolutely glorious watching these people just utterly spaz.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Alan Lichtman. That one is so fucking funny watching him implode.
Oh, he's the one that was. I have predicted everything.
The 13 things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, that guy is so hilarious.
I loved watching the exchange between him and I think it was Cenk Uygur on.
Yeah.
MSNBC.
You will not attack me.
I love watching them attack each other.
Oh God, yeah. Well, and then watching Anna's transformation.
Yeah, but she's still a twat.
Well, she's still a twat, but watching her transformation where she's saying, "Holy shit, these people aren't bad. I like these people. They take care and they look after me when I'm a dumb cunt."
Well, let's be honest here. A lot of these individuals.
Yeah. Yes, John.
Yeah. But they really do fit the joke from the old Airplane movie about Klaus, where he only knew what was written in the New York Post. A lot of these folks on the left only know what the people in their media circles are telling them. And they can't compute what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Billy, I know you're old enough to remember this. What happened on a DOS computer when you gave it bad syntax?
It just wouldn't fucking work from what I remember. It would just
crash or it'd do something stupid. Yeah, that's what I remember.
And remembering all this stupid fucking writing all the code just to make it do like the stupidest little thing you had to write, like all these lines of code.
And if you look at what's currently happening on the political left, you're essentially seeing the human equivalent of that code getting screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
It is glorious when you stop and actually think about it.
Well, you're talking about code. I'm learning C++ right now, and oh my God, I hate my life.
Yeah, that ain't fun.
God damn it, I hate my life. And it's just a program in Arduino to do a simple job. Oh God.
Okay. What's an Arduino? For those
Arduino is a microcontroller. It's a little. It looks similar to this.
Okay, it's a servo motor.
No, it's a microcontroller, but doesn't have enough guts to be a computer.
Okay. So
It's not a servo motor, because a servo motor is a different story altogether.
So it's a mechanical Anacasparian.
Pretty much. That's
I'm
a pretty
sorry.
good. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that was cruel.
Well, it'll blink LEDs for you, and it won't talk back. That's nice.
Again, Billy, I'm sorry about that last joke. That was just cruel.
No worries. It's all just a chill stream. Just getting ready. What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? What's
Not a
the
damn
plan?
thing myself.
Oh, nothing.
I got no family in my area, so I'm hanging out by myself and programming C++. Woo-hoo.
Well, I guess there's something to be said about that. I have a small family in the area, so they're coming, and I'm cooking the turkey this year. So I generally end up cooking the turkey at least for the last 5 years. So
it's not a Butterball this year, is it?
It's not a what?
Not a Butterball, is it?
No.
Okay, good. You saw the article that Jimmy posted, right?
No, I haven't. What did it say?
Apparently, there were some individuals. Well, there's a recall for Butterball turkeys because some individuals were engaging in furry necrophilia with the birds.
What? Come on.
They were adding genetic material that should not have been there.
Quite possibly.
At the plant?
Apparently.
Oh my god. That's fucking disgusting.
You notice I phrased that very carefully, so we hopefully didn't trigger the algorithm on you.
Yeah, you shouldn't have. That's why I always go for the ham or the standing rib roasts, man. Fuck that shit. Turkeys are just disgusting.
Well, I get it from it's a local farmer kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, you're safe. You're safe, man. Unless he's
fucking a turkey.
Well, that knows me to be careful with the algorithm. Good job. You just stepped all over it.
If it's a local guy, his turkeys are probably pretty healthy, and it wouldn't matter if he was injecting extra DNA.
I guess.
Okay, this just went weird. This just went weirder than even I anticipated.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I'm gonna keep drinking my beer and fuck y'all. I gotta erase this.
So yeah, I got I got the turkey defrosted, all ready to go. I've learned how to. It comes out pretty good. Comes out nice and like skin's like crispy, but the inside's juicy. So
let me ask you: are you taking and kind of pulling the skin back and pushing the spices under it?
No, so I just lather the fucking thing with butter.
Okay.
A couple of spices. I don't do the hot spices. I'm not a hot spice. Like I know, like Rhino's into the hot, like paprika and all that shit. But
paprika, as long as it's just smoked mild paprika, it's okay. So
yeah, I just do the standard, rosemary, thyme,
right? Salt and pepper, rosemary.
Yeah.
Thyme. No, that's fucking perfect for a turkey, dude.
And then I load the thing up with apples.
Oh yeah,
and it just keeps it all fucking juicy and nice.
Well, the apples,
just the butter too. It's just perfect. It comes out. Perfect.
It gives it a sweetness.
Yep.
From the inside out.
Absolutely
perfect, dude. You're doing it right by my standards.
I try. I know. I think last year Rhino was doing some kind of like the fried turkey in one of the vats. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or he was doing it on the grill. I remember he was doing it different than I'd seen anybody else doing it that I know of. Maybe he was doing it on the barbecue. I can't remember. I remember
he may have been smoking it. Yeah.
Maybe he was smoking it.
Guys, let's just be honest here. Rhino does everything different than pretty much anyone else does.
Well, no, you got to give Rhino credit.
I am giving him credit.
He's trying new things, and smoked turkey's actually really
No,
freaking good.
I am giving him credit on that.
Mhm.
We wouldn't have half of the recipes that we have today if somebody wasn't crazy enough to try something different.
You guys got to go look at what I put in Rhino Health today.
And they gilded.
Yeah.
Oh.
I told him how to make a burrito correctly.
Oh, oh.
I mean, aside from the type of burrito that he usually shoves up his ass.
Well, we're not going to get there.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Yeah, let's not go there.
I lied. Tom. I lied.
Well, what I
here?
I lied.
Oh, there's Outlaw. He said he was
I
coming.
lied. Yeah, I lied. I didn't know, but yeah, I've changed my mind.
Yeah, Tommy,
Well,
I
good.
thought you were actually going to duck out for your C++ training.
Well, I'm kind of getting involved in this now, and I'm kind of enjoying it.
Oh, Billy, a fan of the Avatar, huh?
How'd you make that one?
So me and Ike on a stream not long ago, he was on AI generator, I guess. The X, was it Twitch or X, whatever that. Anyway,
There's so many. There's so many.
And he pulled this one up, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm gonna use that." So,
Well, it's a good one.
Yeah,
She's a hottie. Love those blue eyes.
so I've got that one.
kind of reminds me of April.
What? Hey, speaking of that, whatever happened to April Saunders? We got this one.
I've been so busy that I haven't really had a chance to fuck with it. So
I
We
thought
got
she got a
that.
STD and had to go into treatment.
maybe
This one is a little bit more.
That's more, that's more
Yeah.
Outlaw.
Yeah, well, the Avatar, not me.
Oh my God.
And yeah, there we go. But yeah, it's just I made a bunch of AI picks, and that was the one I liked best, so I just started using it.
I think I'm just gonna say with April, I'll say she's been in school or some bullshit. I don't know. I just kind of got bored with it, you know.
Well, it was stupid in the first place.
Yeah.
You could always say that April had to or had been traveling and didn't have Wi-Fi or internet.
Well, if it's been 9 months.
No, so I stopped. I think it was like end of August. I stopped posting on with her shit. I was like, how do people do this every day with their
Oh God. Why
Fucking-
would you want to?
pictures?
It's called making it your life, and that's all you bring to this world.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a picture somewhere I've seen. I'm sure you guys have seen the meme all over, but it's like guys taking a picture of an object, and it's just a picture of the object. Girls
Right.
taking a picture of the object, and it's like the woman standing in front of the object.
Right. Right. And
Or behind
especially
it,
showing her best attributes.
Yes. Through filter and whatever else.
Mhm. Whatever those attributes may be.
Well, speaking of Rhino, who we were just talking about, I'm kind of disappointed he's not here because he was kind of the thing that made me move on the movie idea.
Mhm.
He gave me the encouragement on that. Besides Blake did as well, but Rhino was like, I let him listen to some of the stuff I wrote for this thing. I was like, what am I going to do with these things? What should I do? He's like, this is like, you got to do something with this. I was like, should I put it in a video? He's like, no, this is like bigger. It's like a bigger deal. I'm like, all right. So that's where then I talked to Blake. And we're like, let's do a movie. So I wrote the script. The script took me 3 months. So
Mhm. That's not that long for a script, especially if it's worth its salt.
well, I hope so. I think the story is pretty solid, and there's a lot of funny fucking scenes that even like me as writing them, I'm laughing at. So if I'm laughing at my own shit that I'm writing, then it should be pretty good because it takes me a lot to laugh. So
Mhm.
Right.
it's got to
Well,
be.
it's either that or you're retarded. and laughing at your own shit. So
Well, that's true.
Little bit of comic trivia for you, Billy.
Yeah.
You remember Stan Lee, who wrote most of the early Spider-Man comics and a lot
the
of the
good Spider-Man shit.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Do you know why a lot of the dialogue that Spidey has in that seems so natural in the different sequences?
Yes.
Why is that?
Well, if it's anything like, when you're writing shit. So for me, there was some stuff I pulled out of my own personal life and put it into the story.
That you're not off the mark, but you're not quite where I'm going either.
Okay.
He used to talk out the things to himself.
Mhm.
So when Spidey's making his little snarky comments, that's literally what Stan would say to himself, responding to whatever the villain Spidey was fighting was doing.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Act out what you are writing down. I notice when I do that myself, like when I'm trying to write for my book, I'll randomly start acting out the different roles of the characters, and I'll run the exact same lines over and over and over again, just with slight variations to see which one sounds better, which would flow better in a conversation.
You get better dialogue.
Yep, it comes across more natural.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, I don't know. He's busy with this work bullshit.
Well, we've all got lives outside of the internet, and
Oh yeah.
this last couple of years, we've all just been slam fucked by life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can't speak for anyone else, but for me, this year has felt like it's been at least 2 years running as one.
Try 5 for
Almost.
me.
But either way, it just feels like this year is longer than it should be.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the reason I say that is because of all the mergers my company's gone through, and oh my god, they're finally starting to put their shit together, which is total train wreck.
Now, so you're at. Is it okay if I could say where you're at?
Well, where are we gonna say I'm at? Are we gonna say I'm at
All right.
RTX?
Let's just say you're at a major aviation manufacturer. Is that
Well, let's put it this way. I'm at the point I don't give a fuck. So I am at an unnamed subsidiary of RTX.
good? Okay.
How's that?
That's fine. So, have you noticed a pullback on the DEI shit since?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Has there been
And
talk of it?
it's been coming very rapidly because of what Boeing did. And my former CEO is in charge of Boeing right now.
So is this a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know yet. He was a good CEO for my company when we were bought out. But I don't know if he's got the horsepower to actually turn Boeing around. Boeing is in really bad shape, guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
when you say Boeing's in bad shape, are we talking Lizzo at a buffet bad shape or the Titanic?
Titanic.
But what's the alternative, right?
Well, the what's going to happen is they'll bail them out just like they did
Right.
GM and
Exactly.
Dodge.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the only other one is that European
Airbus?
Oh,
Yeah, Airbus.
ESA and Airbus conglomerate. Well, ESA is the space shit. So ESA is the European version of it, and they can't put a rocket into space.
No, they can't. Nor can they put in requirements that they are proper requirements for what they want in a connector.
Exactly. They are in terrible straits because they are ruled by the committee of European bullshit. Honestly, I think Britain got out at the right time. Seriously,
Well,
guys.
Britain's got all kinds of
Well,
problems.
they've got all their own problems, but that's because of inbreeding in the royal family. Family. We're not worried about that shit. That's
No, but
expected.
manufacturing wise,
Oh,
like
fuck yeah. Because
they
they offloaded everything to Europe.
well
Kinda
and to
kind
China.
of like us
Mhm.
with kind of like us with sending everything to Mexico and Asia.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and you're seeing what's happening right now, the scramble. Have you guys been paying attention to Gateway Pundit?
No, but I mean I know that he is going to try to pull manufacturing back to this country, which I think needs to happen.
It
He's
does.
not going to pull it. He's going to force it.
Well,
Well,
And I agree with it.
I
I
agree,
agree with that.
I totally agree with it, to be honest.
Yeah.
guys,
I mean,
let's just be honest here. Then I'm going to pick on the automotive industry because I don't think any of us here are directly involved in that.
Used to be not long ago, but I'm out of it now. So go ahead.
I've been in the auto industry for over 30 years, but go ahead.
The American Big Three.
Oh God. Well,
if
it's a
at
big
least-
two now.
If at least one of them went back to Detroit, how hard would it be to get those factories up to current spec to be building modern vehicles?
Extremely hard.
Yeah, but shit doesn't get built in Detroit anymore, and hasn't been in quite some time. Stuff gets built in Ohio, it gets built in South Carolina.
Right.
I was using that as a metaphor.
I understand what you're saying, but yeah, it's a lot harder than you think.
Well, here's the problem. A lot of the problem with that is the
Overregulation.
the UAW, right?
Mm-hmm. Those fucking cocksuckers.
Yeah. So not only do you have that problem with all the stuff that they want, right? Which then the companies are like, well, fuck it, we'll go overseas and we could build it the same or better for cheaper because we don't have all this expense to have to pay all these American wages. But if you brought manufacturing back over here, right, then that benefits everybody, and then everybody can afford the expenditures that will go up, right? Because people are making more money, which trickles down and all that.
Mm-hmm. You see kind of where my thought process was going, even if I was very blunt in the way I was trying to say it.
Yeah.
Okay. And when I was talking about the expense of getting things back up and running again, I wasn't necessarily talking about the machinery itself, because I know that's going to be ungodly expensive. I'm talking about the on-the-ground infrastructure. And how many of those old factories are still, how do I say this, in operational shape?
They're not.
But it's not just the factories. It's the people who would work at the factories. We have turned generations of people into people who know nothing but to type on their phone or type on a computer. They don't know how to fucking turn wrenches. They don't know how to assemble a fucking thing. So now you have to train the population to become a manufacturing population.
Let me fill you in. Go ahead. Finish your thoughts.
No, that's my thought. It's not just the infrastructure that would need. Infrastructure can come back relatively easily.
And that's all I was hitting on. That is literally all I was hitting on.
Okay, so let me give you the nitty-gritty. The nitty-gritty is we cannot hire people that have an inkling of how to terminate a wire and put a contact on it and put it into a connector. They have no idea how to read a schematic or a drawing. We have a bunch of people that have been trained to follow standard work. This is Boeing's fault. That's how they do it. They don't want to pay people that are qualified technicians that can do civil aviation repairs to aircraft, which is called an A&P license.
Tommy, can I tell you something that's going to make you really frightened?
Not at all, because I've been in the military. I am not frightened any longer. Tell me.
When it comes to the company that I work with, and Billy, your company might do some work with mine as well, indirectly.
And I'm not going to out you, but I know what you're talking about.
I literally had to talk a sales representative through the process of getting a part reactivated.
Mm-hmm.
And this particular sales rep has been with my company for twice as long as I have.
Oh, he has conditional fucking amnesia. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
He used to be an engineer.
Yeah, he's got conditional amnesia.
But wait, let me just hold on. Let me stop the train for a sec. So when you say talk him to reactivate a part, so are you saying to just turn on the switch in the system to make it available again, or are you talking that the part isn't available anymore and now a new part has to be made in its place? Because that's a whole other other process.
Yeah.
You're going to hate me saying this, Billy, but the answer is yes.
Recertify a part that was produced.
No, in this case, the answer is both of those.
Well, that's not an easy task because now you have to find a vendor to make it, right?
We are the vendor.
Oh, well,
yeah.
Then you have to go start the process of getting the blueprints, putting a cost analysis together.
No. I literally talked to this guy through what he needed to do to get a part where I could actually qualify it to be sold to this company that he wanted to sell it to.
So it's just a matter of, okay, you're sourcing the part from somewhere else.
No.
From yourself. Our company has the same problem.
Okay, hey, Billy, what I do for my company is environmental compliance.
Right.
Which I'm gonna say this. Hopefully, I'm not too insulting with the way I say it for people's intelligence. Essentially, I check bills of material against like 14 different regulations to make sure if the part is eligible, good God words, to be sold in various parts of the world. This particular individual or part was being checked against 2 European ones that are the butts. And this particular part no longer has a bill of materials because it has been discontinued for at least 4 years.
And it was made with parts that would been carcinogenic.
No.
Oh, damn it. I was hoping for the win there.
I can't go any further on this forum because of the nature of what my company does. But I can tell you that, yeah, the parts actually could still be made. We still have all the schematics. But unless it gets put back into the system per the protocols we use, I can't tell the customer that it is legal to be sold where he wants to sell it.
Okay. So here's something to add to that.
Well, if I can interrupt real quick and just
go ahead. Go ahead.
So that, you know what that sounds like? And this is another problem with where we're at in the country is government intervention and government rules, right? Yes. And I get that we need rules to a degree so that we don't, burn up the air, so that we're, breathing yellow air like they do over in China, and that the water isn't completely polluted where you can't even, which it is technically, where you can't even drink it anymore.
I love
But-
asbestos water.
But well,
Let's-
so there is a degree that you need to have government intervention, but like where Sean is saying that there's trillions of raw resources up there in Alaska, I think that there's going to be a loosening of these regulations to promote growth.
and there
This
needs to be.
administration. Yeah, for sure.
I'm all for environmentally friendly practices.
Yes, definitely.
I don't want to see us deliberately doing something that's going to kill the minnows, and I'm just picking that as a random species.
Well, and my guess is you would not want to see the Cleveland River set on fire again. Correct?
Well, we are talking about Cleveland, so I'm not
Well,
so sure.
Cleveland is beside the point. Any river
But
set on fire by dumping shit into it, yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's gross negligence that
Mhm.
we need to have government intervention and enforcement of, but then
Mhm.
there comes a point where there's stuff that gets over enforced to
Yes.
the point of you can't even do anything, and
Huh.
it's just either better
Washington State.
to go
Billy-
outside of the country or to just stop doing whatever you
Billy,
were doing.
I'm going to step away for 1 second. I'm going to
Sure.
grab something and throw it up on my camera. That,
Okay.
All right.
in my opinion, perfectly exemplifies what you're describing. Give me a minute.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
I think everybody wants clean air and clean soil and clean
hell
water.
yeah.
But I'll give you an example. I have a friend who has a business, and just the local fire inspector comes in there and writes up this, that, and the fucking other thing, and it's like he has to spend thousands every time that fire fucking inspector comes in, and it's like
That guy's a dick.
for the dumbest shit you ever want to hear.
Uh-huh.
Like, you need a fire cabinet for the 5 aerosol sprays you got sitting there.
Jesus
It's like, really?
Christ.
Really? Shit like that. So, I think
To
there-
follow on with that after he gets done, after Mando gets done, I want to give you the safety stand down breakdown that we had just 2 months ago and the cost that's already happened.
oh,
Go for it. So let's go back to the rest of us. And I can be really glib about my situation because it's all generic shit. But talk about a nanny state mentality.
Okay, Billy,
yes.
I'm about to throw this up on the screen. This is a piece of swag that I got when I pre-ordered the not most recent, but the sequel to Breath of the Wild. It's a piece of wood with some fancy stain added to it. Correct?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Like it.
Sure. It's
You
made.
may not be able to read it through the plastic,
No, I can see it all.
but in the fine print here, warning, cancer and reproductive harm. P65warnings.ca.gov.
Yeah, that's the California. They put that on like pretty much everything.
Yes,
That's a piece of wood that's been burned, right?
pretty much.
I think they even put that warning on the actual sign saying "Welcome to California" on the board.
They should.
But here's the thing. I could literally take the template for this plaque to any shop class in the United States when they still had shop classes
Mhm.
and have them make it on site.
Yeah, that would be no problem to replicate.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is that it is made using pressure treated lumber, which has a little bit of arsenic in it due to the nature
Not
of
Not anymore. It's all
Scott,
copper.
Okay.
It had arsenic. It had formaldehyde in it. It's got.
Either way, the only thing I can think of is from the pressure treating on that.
Mhm.
And I haven't taken it out of the package because, quite honestly, that little tag on there, I think is so stupid that I don't want to lose it.
But
No.
okay, so it's been identified as causing cancer, but causing cancer how? Like, do you have to like chew on it? You know?
Well, it's possible cancer causing. That's the thing.
Thank you, Tommy. I was about to say that. The way Proposition 65 is written, it doesn't actually have to cause cancer.
Uh-uh.
It just has
It's been
the
suspected of
potential.
it.
It just has to have the potential to cause cancer.
Uh-huh.
So,
Which, if you exist, you're going to get cancer.
and to add even more chaos to this, if you go to any restaurant in California, I'll be honest, like the president-elect, I like McDonald's. I will go and grab a 20-piece of nuggets for road food.
The nugs.
Well, hey, they're perfect finger food when you're driving.
Sure, the nugs. It's all good.
Well, if you get a 20-piece in California,
Fuck you, Jackal.
guess what is on the box?
What?
A Prop 65 warning.
Uh-huh.
For what?
The box.
The box itself?
The box itself. The ink on the box.
It is.
There is a reason I have an admittedly irrational hatred of the state of California.
Well, they're just a nanny state at this point.
Well, not only are they a nanny state, but they're a stupid nanny state.
Worse than Britain almost.
I agree.
But it's all about control. It's all about top-down government control that they want to enact on you. And then they could take those things that they enact on, and then they can generate the revenue that they require to do the programs that they want to put in place to do things like quote unquote free health care and free education and free, which none of it is free because the government doesn't generate a fucking dime. They only fucking take from one and give to another.
Well, here's something that'll really burn your britches. When I left California to return to Missouri back in 2017, 2018 time period, I got a bill from the state of California claiming that I owed them income tax as a soldier stationed there.
So isn't that like an exit tax? Do they do an exit tax? I know some of these blue states do, like if you leave, they'll like, get you on the way out the door.
No, the thing is, what they thought was because I was stationed in California that I was considered a legal resident of that state. The military has this weird thing where your legal residency doesn't change unless you tell them that you want to change to a different state.
So how does that work? So say you enlist in the Army and you're from, I don't know, pick anywhere, Nebraska.
Okay.
And so if now you are stationed in California, are you are you still a Nebraska resident?
Legally, you are still considered a Nebraska resident for taxes and for certain other things. I don't remember everything that it falls under because it's
all your driving privileges, all your fucking car registrations, all of that shit. You are of your state of origin.
Yeah. Now, what California likes to do is they like to try to say that if you're stationed there, that you're a resident there.
You're not.
And what they like to do is they like to bill soldiers income tax when they've left, claiming that they never paid to the correct state.
Yep.
Most soldiers don't argue it. They just pay the tab and move on with their lives.
because they don't have the money to fight it legally. And California does go after them legally, and they have to prove that they were military,
Well,
and that costs money.
So a legal extortion fee, huh?
Exactly, extortion.
the thing is, California also doesn't like it when a soldier is in the situation I was in, where I went from active duty in California to reserves in Missouri,
Mhm.
which essentially means I'm a civilian.
Yeah.
And as a legal resident of the state of Missouri, California would have to file in the state of Missouri. They wouldn't be able to file federally.
Right.
And this was right before COVID kicked off that I got this thing. And I told them straight up, okay, you're going to either delete that because I've never been a resident of California, or you're going to have to fly one of your attorneys out here to file in the state of Missouri. And they were like, no, we won't. I'm like, look
You're
it
going
up.
to have to.
Look it up. The state of Missouri does not recognize California income taxes. It never has, and it never will.
Right.
So when you get your money from the military, right? So you get your pay. Do they take out for the state of your origin?
Yes. If
the origin, yes.
If the state of your origin does state income tax, they do it for that particular state.
Right.
So that's, to me, that's settled. You never made money in the state of California.
Well, and here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. All states that collect income tax don't tax service members.
Not always.
If they do, they need to go up against a federal tribunal because they're wrong.
Well, I know the state of Missouri took income tax from me for the years that I was in the service or in active duty.
Well,
and the thing is, I'm not about to go and argue that because
no, I wouldn't bother either. Yeah.
Well, I was about to say, quite honestly, it's not worth the headache. But
no.
The other thing is, though, that also provided me top cover when dealing with the state of California.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because essentially, we're trying to do double taxation. And when I told the state bureaucrat this, I melted his little brain. What really melted his little brain was when I told him that he's either going to delete the thing on that call, have one of their attorneys come out there, or the person in charge of the tax program in his state was going to get on the line and explain to me how they were right and I was wrong. You know who the person in charge of taxation in a state is, right?
That's the attorney general. Well, it's the
governor.
Actually, yeah.
So, and this guy was like, "You really expect me to put Gavin Newsom on the phone?" I'm like, yes, I do. Get his ass.
Yeah.
They want that guy to be fucking president.
that guy is a fucking retard.
Oh, well, when I told this little bureaucrat that he's either going to do his job or he's going to put on the person who makes the final decision, for some reason the bill disappeared quite rapidly. I don't know why.
Huh. That's kind of weird.
It's almost like the California bureaucrats don't like the idea of accountability any more than the 304s that we like to make jokes on.
Huh. Go ahead, man.
If all of this was taught to the American public, they would have a fighting chance at knowing how to get around their loopholes and stuff, and that's why they intentionally don't teach that. Because it's a extortion strategy, plain and simple. They expect you to be stupid when it comes to the law.
Tommy, when you were in the Navy, did they explain how the tax system works for service members to you?
The which system?
The taxation system.
What the fuck is that?
Well, in the army, one of the first things they do in basic training is give you a briefing on how your taxes are going to be dealt with once you go into your first duty station.
Oh God, no! They don't teach us anything about that shit.
They in the Navy they don't.
No, they just tell you you have to do this and pretty much claim 0, and then if you put in for the what is it the fucking GI Bill, well that's this and they're a bunch of fucking retards.
Mhm.
See, in the Army, one of the very first briefings that I remember sitting through
Mm-hmm.
was your state residency, because this was back in 2001. They were still doing a lot of the paperwork on actual paper instead of computers,
Right, I remember.
and every soldier had to sit through the class about it, so that way we could make an informed decision about where we wanted our state residency to be when we got to either our first duty station or our first long-term training, in the case of people like me who had long MOS train-ups.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided early on that I was just going to stick with the state of Missouri, because I was, as much as I hate this state, I was planning to come back to it.
Right. Well, no, I did the same with Idaho, where I'm from. Yeah, no, they didn't teach us anything about that shit.
Huh.
They just told us,
That's
this
surprising.
is your home of reason or home
Record.
of record.
That
Who's
really-
your next of kin, and that was about it.
That honestly shocks me.
The Navy's a different beast. It works differently than the Army does.
Well,
A
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
What would be some of the differences, just out of curiosity?
Well, it's a beast of many backs. Let's just say that.
You'd literally have to have us do a point-by-point comparison, contrast on different things that the Army and the Navy do. And
Yeah.
actually, that might be a fun stream for us to do one of these days, Tommy.
Yeah, we might have to do that. And we could get
Yeah.
Pop involved on that.
Oh, absolutely, flipping
Because
lootly.
he's got better intel than we do by
Well,
far.
Pop and Sarge would be fun to have on that one.
Yeah, because they can dig into the real nuts and bolts. I could possibly get in a retired senior chief in the Navy that really saw the shit in the early 90s.
Let's take this brainstorming to the backstage on Gilded before we completely derail Billy's show.
No, I mean it's interesting to it would be interesting to see like two columns, the pluses and minuses, the pros and cons of.
Well, and that you're actually, you named it right there, dude. Two columns.
Yeah.
Because it literally is two columns. There's two separate things happening, and Army Navy has always been the two that have fought because they're the oldest.
Well, we're the oldest rivalry in the United States.
Well, we are, but
Army and Navy.
we've got the Air Force that was created after World War II.
Well,
We've got the Marine Corps, who is still a branch of the Navy.
Let's just be honest here. The Air Force is technically was originally a sub-branch of the Army.
Exactly. They were the Army Air Corps.
And if we really wanted to be anal retentive, we could still say that they're to the Air Force is to the Army what the Marine Corps is to the Navy.
Right, but then you got the Navy Flyers, and that's
Aviation's a different story.
Aviation's always been a weird animal in the military.
It is.
Because
and Navy aviation is still Navy.
right.
Tried and true. Trust me. They're just separate.
Yeah, it's the same as Marine Corps aviators.
Uh-huh.
They're still Marines. They still do everything that Marines do. And they still.
Oh my God.
And
I was a Navy aviator. I didn't fly, but I was fixing their shit. So
You were still part of their core, just like if I was.
I was part of the core, but I was still a seaman too.
So you were on a carrier?
I never saw a ship. I
Really?
didn't get the chance to because I was P3, which is the sub hunters, which are all land based.
Huh.
So if I had stayed in longer and not gotten rift, because they rift me, I got reduction in forced, if you will. If I had,
Hey Tommy, let's be fair here, because you were rift. You did also get bent over.
no, actually, I didn't. The way they riffed me, they couldn't bend me over. I have all the benefits.
Well, what I'm getting at is there were a lot of people who got reduced in force.
Mm-hmm.
They basically got taken out behind the bar or the dumpster at the bar and got, let's just say, unpleasantly discharged.
Right. I didn't have that experience.
Oh, I knew a lot of people from multiple branches that had that happen.
Yeah. And that the scary thing is that was in 2005, 2006 when I got riffed.
Yeah, that was right before the surge.
Well, that was at the height of the buildup.
Mm-hmm.
And they got rid of me because I couldn't run their bullshit fucking PT bullshit because they changed the rules.
Oh, and the military loves doing that, don't they?
Oh yeah. I was 36 years old and they changed my run time by a minute and I failed.
That's interesting. Now, so like they changed it so they made it you had to do it in a
you
minute
had to do
less
it
than
faster. You had to do it faster.
So there's no taking into account like your aging.
No.
Actually, I don't know about for the Navy's PT standard, but the Army, they used to have a chart for the various ages and ages.
Navy and Army both had the same charts for a while.
Okay. For the Army, before they went to the homosexual ACFT.
Oh God, let's not get into
well,
that.
I think that's gonna turn around now too.
It probably will.
So does that mean they're gonna abolish their booty hole obliteration policies?
Before they went to that particular abomination of a program, you had 3 things that you had to worry about for PT in the Army, at least during my time. You had push-ups in 2 minutes, sit-ups in 2 minutes, and a 2-mile run in right around 40 minutes for the oldest and most broken individuals.
Yep. Same thing for the Navy.
For my age bracket when I got out, I needed somewhere in the neighborhood of 40-something push-ups, 55 to 60 sit-ups, and less than a 16-mile or 16-minute run. No, correction, 17-minute run for my 2-miler.
For your 2-mile. Yeah, it was the same for the Navy. We had a shorter run. We had 1.5 miles.
So now for me, when I got out in 2017 from active duty, I want to say my push-ups was like 63, 64, depending on the day.
Exemplary.
My sit-ups weren't as good. It was somewhere in the neighborhood of 60 to 65, again, depending on the day.
Still met the problem. Yeah.
And my run time, that's where I was really happy because I was making, again, depending on the time of year, between 13 and 16 minutes.
Damn, dude, that's pretty good for a 2-mile.
And that was when I was, let's see, that was in 2017. I'm 43 now.
Mm-hmm.
So that was when I was about 32 to 34.
Fuck. That's actually a really good time by Navy standards for sure.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest with you, Tommy. If I was your NCOIC and you were having that much of a hard time, I would have been running your lily white exhaust port on a daily basis.
Well, here you go, guys. The thing that got me out was 2 seconds.
Really?
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's a rounding error.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's because I got riffed. When I got riffed, they were looking for anybody to get rid of, and I had a PT problem in the past because I don't give a fuck about your goddamn physical requirements. I did my job. I got it done. I was really good at what I did, working on fucking tape recorders.
See,
I fix shit you would not believe. But these motherfuckers were worried about my goddamn physical requirements, even though I had no reason to worry about physical requirements.
oh, okay, Tommy, Billy, this will burn both of you.
Before you hold on, before you go into that, I just have to address this real quick. Just a sidebar. Mitchell, it is, as they say, it's in the mail. It really is. I promise. You should have it next week. I
I heard
believe.
that before.
No, seriously.
Hang on, Billy. We have to
Yeah.
be inclusive. It's in the post.
It's in the post.
It's
Yeah,
in the post.
wherever they do up there.
Shit
Chris,
post.
how did your stream with Dak go? How'd your little streamy
I
stream
think
go?
up
I
there
didn't get
in
to go over there.
Kanekistan, it's called the shit post.
I'll have to watch it after. But yeah, Mitchell, it's coming. I promise. So the problem was that Chris wanted like something special. He wanted me to design something.
Oh,
So I just made it pretty ridiculous. I just had a chance to do it this week because I've been working. This is the first week I've had off where I'm not like doing something. So
Chris is
So-
pulling an SJW on you. Wanting
So
something special.
my question is, how big was that dildo that he requested?
Wow.
Oh, man.
I just have to point out, if we say things are in the mail, that's going to make all the trannies upset because of the fact that some of them might not identify as male.
So when are we banning? When are we banning the phrase "tranny fluid," "trump card"?
Tranny fluid can never be banned because transmission fluid needs to be put into cars with automatic transmissions. So tranny fluid cannot be banned.
I think there, like I said, and have been saying through the stream, I think all that shit is going to start regressing backwards. People could just fade into the fucking background and go back. You know, I think a lot of it is just people pretending to get the advantage because now it's seen as an advantage as opposed to like, look at you, you fucking freak.
Actually, that's turning around hot and heavy where I'm at.
God damn
that's
it.
the way it used to be up until just like a couple years ago. You
Dude,
know,
that is the most. That is the most. How do they say that? Succinct. Succinct fucking statement I have ever heard. Thank you, Billy.
You're welcome.
Fuck these fruit cups.
Alex,
fuck these fruit tops.
Hey, Alex
Prettier than the
Patino put up-
produce section at Jungle Gyms.
Alex Patino put up a set of good times for his run.
My best time was in the 2-minute mile was 13:30. Most of my army time I stayed at 14:30.
Alex,
That's pretty damn good, man.
you have my respect there. That you had a
haven't done
flipping rocket engine shoved up your exhaust port.
Yeah. I think the best I ever did on the 1.5 miles was we were expected to do it in 12 something. I think mine was 10.4. I don't remember what it was. I was running with a little fat black girl, and we were helping each other.
I've
I
only
love that
done
gal. I
mi-
wish I knew what happened to her because she was so fun.
But
Did
Tony,
she clunk when she ran?
Huh?
Did she clunk when she ran?
No. She was a little fat Jamaican girl. She was fucking fun as hell. I used to make huge noises, and she would scream every time she heard one of those noises. I would
they were
slam fucking Bible,
the
the books, man. Oh fuck, she used
the
to just.
military would hate me because I never was a runner.
well,
I would have got an 8
Neither
something
was
on
I.
a mile run. So I
Running
would have
bad
averaged
for your
about
knees.
16 I would have averaged about 16 to 20 minutes on the 2-mile run.
that depending on your age, that would have been enough for the army to consider you to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I need to do a 2-mile run. I've only done
Well,
1
that was
mile.
me walking.
Walking.
The thing is, also, Outlaw,
Yeah.
you got to remember in the army, your PT sessions were usually one of two things. It was either a long run
Mm-hmm.
or it was a hour of calisthenics and body weight workouts.
Mm-hmm.
At least for a majority of the time that I was in. When I was getting out, they were experimenting with CrossFit and a bunch of other fruity
That
nonsense.
shit will just hurt you.
Oh, I argued with a lieutenant about CrossFit till I was blue in the face.
Yeah, that shit will fucking hurt you.
Oh, you want to know how the argument was finally won?
He
How's
got
it?
hurt, didn't he?
Oh, he was doing kettlebell swings.
Oh God, he fucking ripped out a rotator cuff, didn't he?
On the way down, the rotator cuff went one way, and the
Mm-hmm.
kettlebell went right up into the baby maker.
Why do I know this shit?
Not only was his arm in a sling for 6 weeks, he had a voice that sounded something like this
Oh God.
for almost the same period of time.
And nobody had to kick him in the balls?
He had
Oh, no,
perpetual
what-
Mickey Mouse-itis.
Oh,
You do that pretty good.
The vengeance was even worse. He threatened, or he said when he got off of the recovery, he was going to go, or everyone was going to go back on the CrossFit. And the platoon sergeant literally looked at him and goes, "I will tase you in the nuts if you even consider that."
Oh!
Oh, nice.
Adding electricity to the injury.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love the tasing thing. Let's do that.
No,
Don't
no
tase me,
thanks.
bro.
I'll pass.
Oh my god.
Jumper cables straight to the balls.
Broken Pine says 2-minute run versus pulling on wrenches for 90 minutes. Go. Well, here's the thing. I kind of like I like turning wrenches, but not daily.
I'm not.
Run.
I'll take neither.
I'm not gonna argue which one of those is the harder physical activity, because I know being a wrench turner beats you up mentally and physically. So I'm not going to.
And you get
I'm too
fucking
skinny.
dirty as shit.
Well, and that's
Usually.
easy. You just wash yourself.
Yeah.
Quit being a bitch.
Too skinny to be
going
turning
right there, the
wrenches.
mentally part of it, because
Mm-hmm.
some people don't like getting dirty unless there's a legitimately good reason for it.
Well, I did that job for a long time.
Well,
In
it's
fact,
not a-
my college degree, if you can call it that, which is just an associate's degree, is in tech for automotive. And I did it for fucking 5 years. And I got tired of starving to death because I couldn't beat flat rate. I was too smart for my own good. They gave me all the hard shit. In other words, fixing carburetors, fixing drivability issues, fixing electronic problems.
Well,
That's where I was.
Now the problem with today's cars is it takes a lot of work to do little jobs.
Yes.
It
have to
does.
rip apart a lot of shit to change something small out, and that's guys are walking away.
That's because they're
It wasn't different in the 80s, buddy, or the 90s.
Yeah, well, now it's
Same
more
bullshit.
more
It's even
intense.
worse.
Way more.
They've over-engineered cars to the point where you can't take something to your local grease monkey and have anything done to it.
Mm-mm.
No,
and they're
there's
not
no more.
authorized to do it either.
Yeah. Well, there's not even any of the small shops around that, or it used to be there. You'd have a gas station and have a garage attached to it. They're pretty much all gone.
That's what I'm talking about when I say your local grease monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All
the shops are gone.
Back in the day, pops and the brothers and uncles used to get around the shade tree and fix their own cars.
I fix my own cars, but I've had the training to do it, and it is stupid trying to get the information. Excuse me, information to do it right.
You need one of them codes.
You're not wrong there.
Well, it's not so. It's
no. You have to pay a subscription to get a fucking shop manual anymore. Chilton and fucking motor manual are garbage. They're fucking junk.
Those used to be the gold standard.
They used to be, but they're garbage now. And you got to pay a subscription to get access.
How the mighty have fallen.
Oh, yeah.
Now you've got to have a scanner that reads codes off the engine block.
Oh, that's easy.
What's wrong with it?
Oh,
that's
actually,
easy.
I read something. With it. I read something yesterday that will burn all of you guys.
Yeah.
A home printer got deactivated. The individual who owned that printer went into Walmart to try to figure out why the thing wasn't working. Turns out HP shut off their printer when this guy disconnected his credit card from his HP account.
Oh.
Well,
wow.
What?
Yeah,
Okay. Let me give you the background on that. Let me give you the background on that.
You read the story, didn't you?
He was a subscriber to the HP service that gives you paper and product and all this fucking print shit. And he went in and complained about it, so they shut him off. That's exactly what happened there.
Wow.
Yeah, the thing is, if you own the hardware, they shouldn't be able to shut you off that way.
Nope, but HP is doing it, and they're doing it constantly. That's actually tame compared to some of the other shit they've done.
Well, I mean, honestly,
that's why I refuse to do anything that's a software as a service program.
Mm-hmm.
This is what a lot of stuff is moving towards: is subscription services.
Yes,
everything.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Everything is a
subscription. And those companies are going to end up burning themselves badly.
Everybody's going to say, "Fuck Photoshop. You! I'm not paying it." Yeah, I'm not paying it.
You can get a standalone on the Photoshop.
Oh, just wait till Windows goes to a subscription plan.
It already has, dude.
We're all going to go to Linux.
It already has.
Really?
Yeah, isn't that part of bullshit with Windows 11?
Subscription is all fucking subscription now.
Yeah, I'm still running Windows 10. I'm not.
Yeah, you haven't found it yet.
Until,
I've got a laptop with 11 on it, and oh my god, I'm fucking losing my mind.
I find it hilarious. There are people who post these in IT memes that they're kind of, UFO flying capable computer. Doesn't meet the requirements for Windows 11.
What I find really darkly amusing, because of all the time I spent doing video games in years past.
Mm-hmm.
An individual who finally got a computer powerful enough to run something from 10 years ago, who can't even get his printer to hook up to the machine.
Yeah.
I was about to say, are you going to pull a can it run Crysis?
No. Oh, it can run Crysis, but it can't run your HP Pavilion, or it can't run your HP 2750.
Right, or a 15-year-old 5900 HP DeskJet photo printer.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
which is what I have.
The thing about Windows is it seems like every other release is good, and the one in betweens are bad.
What I found with Microsoft, what I found
11 is bad.
I've heard. Yeah, I'm not getting.
What I have found with Microsoft in general, and it doesn't seem to matter what edition it is, they will fix things that people did not have problems with.
Mm-hmm.
They will break things even worse that people wanted fixed.
Right.
My company is talking about next year switching over to the new Outlook.
Yeah.
They did a test run of it earlier this year.
It's garbage.
No, it sucks. It's terrible.
It's garbage.
I had just one question for the IT group. Have they finally fixed it where you can lock your inboxes where you see them with the panes, or is it still lose visibility on everything?
You lose it all. In fact, it'll delete your shit for you.
Well,
oh yeah.
What gets me about the
auto archive
is like, so eventually they're going to stop support on 10.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is that people, the companies that make programs, they're not developing for 10 anymore. They're going to be developing for the newest thing. So if you want that program, it's not going to work on 10 or 7 or XP or any of that. You got to get the latest fucking thing, even if you don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Even if your computer isn't going to be able to handle it.
Yes, that's what's called planned obsolescence.
Uh-huh.
You're seeing that everywhere.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
And it sucks.
The laptop that I'm using,
the
laptop I'm using to talk to you guys tonight, I bought in 2017 when I started college. And it works reasonably well with one small problem. I haven't been able to fully uninstall the AutoCAD programs that I put on it for college.
Fuck you, Jimmy. Sorry.
Put that back up.
Yeah, put that back up.
Let me add a little bit of and then you had draftsmen who were trying to unengineer the thing so that way the end mechanic could actually work on it.
Well, the draftsmen were trying to just draw it because they couldn't draw it because the engineers did it wrong. Yes.
Yeah. Tommy, you work with engineers.
Mm-hmm.
Billy, you work with engineers, correct?
I'm an engineer.
I was going to say he is an engineer.
Okay. So, Billy, you're going to be able to answer this joke.
I couldn't hear you.
You're probably going to be able to best answer this particular joke that I when I was going through my drafting class. And this can be applied to draftsmen, engineers, and technicians as well.
You all suck.
This gentleman goes into a local pet store to buy a monkey.
Oh no.
The owner of the pet store takes him to the back where there's 3 cages with 3 monkeys. The first one is $500. And the guy goes, "Why is this monkey $500? Oh, that one knows how to operate AutoCAD." Okay, I guess that makes sense. He goes to take a look at the next monkey. It shows as $1,500. He looks at the store owner, and the owner goes, "Oh, he knows how to operate AutoCAD Inventor." Guy goes, "Oh, okay, I guess that makes sense." Goes to the third monkey, $15,000 with a $500 down payment. Guy looks at the store owner and the store owner shrugs and goes, "Claims to be an engineer."
Claims.
That's all you need as an engineer is to claim.
Billy, is there any truth to that joke?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Absolutely.
I have done so much engineering in the last 2 years. that is so much better than any of the engineers I actually work with. Those fuckers come to me constantly. How do you do this? How do you build a fucking harness that runs an aircraft? Wait a minute. You're an aviation electrician?
Well, what I've seen with one of the vehicles that came out that my company does is that I was sitting with a technician and we were just looking at everything that they did, and we were going like, this definitely had to be designed via like Skype messaging, or the like during COVID, like in like in Teams or whatever.
I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Yeah, it's like all disjointed, and it's like
so it was all based on CAN bus.
Yeah, it's like they must have been doing everything, talking to one another remotely, because none of like stuff isn't where it should be. Like none of it. It's like it seems kind of random. And you know what else I noticed? Fucking materials are getting kind of shitty.
Dude. Billy.
Yeah.
Bring that up again in the after party. I've got a shit show story for you.
I can talk about aluminum. Yeah.
I'm seeing it in plastics, actually.
I've seen it too. Yep.
Like it's like whatever mixture they're using is so thin that it breaks so easily.
I don't know. That's because they're using a new style of resin.
It must be.
No, I can tell you that's exactly what it is. They're trying to get rid of something called PFAS, and they haven't found things that are as good, if not better, than what they have with the PFAS. But they're not going to be legally authorized to use it here in a couple of years.
Well, maybe we ought to be blowing this off in the live stream, not in the backstage, because this is shit that the industries are dealing with. Maybe we shouldn't be talking about it behind the closed door, if you will.
Yeah, we should probably steer away from this topic.
Well, no, what I'm saying is
we shouldn't steer away from it. We should.
This shit should be blown out.
I misunderstood you. My apologies.
No, you're fine, man. This is stuff we need to talk about.
Yeah, the public needs to know about this.
Yeah. The fucking bullshit with the aluminum plating and crap that we have to deal with in aviation. And then you get into the carbon crap. The carbon fucking fiber bullshit. Oh God, that's a bad thing.
Charles Darwin.
Fuck.
It's not one of those cancer-causing chemicals. It's somewhere in the neighborhood of 14,000.
All of them are fucking cancer-causing. You know what? Eat vitamin C. It causes cancer. Fuck you.
Okay. Who here knows what rust is?
Yeah.
Just oxidized iron.
Which type of rust?
Hang on.
Also that.
All right, Jackal, you said oxidized iron, correct?
I think.
What's the key element in that description?
Oxidation.
It's oxygen mixing
Oxidation.
with iron.
Now, what would you assume from the word oxidation is causing this to happen?
Well, oxygen is having a chemical reaction with the.
You already said all that needed to be said for this one, Sean. Oxygen.
Okay.
Oxygen is a metabolic poison on organic life forms.
Yes, it is evil and it will destroy us all. Yes.
Well, yeah, Was
The
it
FUBAR thing
hypoxia?
is
Is a
our
very
cells.
real condition.
Yeah, the FUBAR thing is our cells need it to metabolize to burn energy. So if we were to get rid of oxygen, we would get rid of all the carbon on the planet because no one would be alive.
Right. And there would be nothing to combine with carbon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, how many of you guys have actually done this little stunt when you when you come across these idiot survey people? They come up.
Are you talking about? You're talking about dioxide,
dihydrogen monoxide.
Yeah.
What I love to do in the summertime when these little morons are out trying to get you to sign a petition to get some idiotic nonsense onto the ballot. I look at them and I go, okay, are you willing to sign a petition banning dihydrogen monoxide in all 50 states?
I love you, no homo.
This guy looks, the last guy I did this to looked at me and goes, what's that? I'm like, oh,
what's that?
It's a terrible, odorless, colorless chemical compound. It causes multiple drownings a year, causes floods, causes destruction to farmland, causes destruction to cities. It causes homes to be washed off of their banks.
And the dioxygen, that one is the easy one. There's 3 names for it.
Oh, I know. And
it's all water and hydrogen. It's oxygen. It's
and usually once I've listed off all the things that water can do when it goes out of control, they're like, yeah, we need to ban that. I'm like, congratulations, you need to ban yourself. You want to get rid of water.
Yeah.
That usually shuts them up so fast.
By the way, where the fuck is Trash Ops? Because he would have been laughing his ass off about this.
Yeah, he was with us a while ago.
Yeah, well, he bailed. He didn't join this stream, so. By the way, sorry to hijack you, Billy.
That's all right. It's just a chill stream, you know. We're before Thanksgiving, and we're just having fun, chilling out.
Well, you guys, you know what we're talking about, so
yeah.
And this is a no topic stream, so we've been jumping around to just about anything in the sun.
Yeah. Okay, so give me a chance here. What the fuck is up with Arduino IDE? That fucking C++ implement. Yeah, fuck it. The way they did that is so fucked up. Jesus Christ.
You're having trouble with words tonight as I am, Tommy.
I am. Ah, Jesus. So who wants to build up goddamn fucking flying bomb shit things going on? That's where I'm at this point.
What?
Okay, how did we get to this point?
Yeah, I'm so sick of this fucking shit. All I wanted to do was build a thing that tested circuits that said we had a short. And now I've got all these Israeli assholes involved, and I just wanted to bomb the fuck out of them. And
well, okay. As much as I hate to give this particular group any kind of credit, go talk to your local Hamas representative. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm going to talk to that motherfucker.
Hold on. Never mind. You'll need a Ouija board and some tarot cards to get a hold of that.
No, I'm going to go over there with a fucking missile launcher. That son of a bitch.
Wow.
I'm sorry. That was terrible.
No, it isn't. It's true.
No, I'm talking about my comments about you'll need a Ouija board and tarot cards to talk to the guy.
Oh, no, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that shit. Trust me, you can do that with me any day. I can tell you how you're wrong.
Well, Tommy, where
you're wrong and how to do it correctly.
Tommy, we're still trying to get a Ouija board and a hunting dog to figure out where you're at.
Oh, really? You guys want to know where I'm at? I'm in Washington State.
Honestly, that's a joke I stole from a favorite TV show.
I know it's funny, but I think it's even funnier that I answered you.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
Or anything that's going on, right?
I don't think any of us know what we're talking about right now.
So Outlaw, what are you doing for Thanksgiving?
How your dad? Yeah, what are you and your dad doing, man?
We'll be going tomorrow to the homestead with the family, and I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to it, to be honest. I would rather get this holiday over with and get back to normal. But yeah, it's going to be kind of a
Amen.
It's going to be kind of a surreal one tomorrow, to be honest. I'm definitely not looking forward to it.
That's a rough one, and it always is. I just lost an aunt that was one of the group, like your mom was, that always did the same shit your mom did.
Well, she always liked cooking this time of year. I mean, it gave
Yeah.
her purpose, you know. And
Yeah, and that was one of the aunts that I lost. I got notification of it way after the fact.
That
She was, you know,
that's
removed from me. She wasn't a direct family member, but yeah, man, it's we're gonna see a lot more of this. All of us are dying off.
Well, that's what happens when you get older. You
Yep.
fucking die.
Yeah, it is. It honestly is.
No one gets off this planet alive permanently.
Nope. There's only two things: death and taxes.
And taxes are negotiable in some states.
Well, taxes, he can put me in prison. Fuck you, I ain't paying it.
I'm referencing what we talked about earlier with the state of Californication.
Well, I'm going to tell you, fuck you, I ain't paying it.
How about you, Sean? What do you got going on for Thanksgiving?
I'm still here.
Well, he muted himself.
Mute.
He'll be back. He was dealing with
let me
shit.
see if
The kid.
Yeah, I was baking out of the. Oh,
sorry.
The host
I was gonna unmute you.
Me?
I was gonna unmute you so he can listen in and see what's going on.
Oh no, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. I treat kiddo like a fucking private when things go bad. So
That's
that
being a
would
dad,
not
right?
be good. That would not be good for the rest of the internet to hear. So
something about
don't know
bacon.
what I'm
You were
gonna do.
saying about bacon.
Yeah, I was just pulling the bacon out of the oven for the kiddo. Because he likes it done a certain way. It's got to be done the way of a YouTube video, which is actually pretty good. Just put it all on, or put your bacon on a pan, put it in the oven, then you set the temperature to 400, walk away for 20 minutes, and pick it up.
Yep. That's a good way to cook bacon, actually.
Yeah.
I might try that.
It seems to be working because it's done to his preferred likeness, and he is a fucking texture snob.
So you put it in a pan. Put
it
out near salt and pepper.
Well, that's one of my plans tomorrow is to do some bacon fried sprouts.
No.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Let's go there, man.
Brussels sprouts.
Yes. You just never had them, right? But I also throw Parmesan on it too.
Oh yeah, that's the Parmesan will work on anything.
Yeah, but still Brussels sprouts.
That's okay.
But by the way, Billy,
not everybody's as cultured.
Well, no, Billy, my mother forced me to eat that for years.
Oh,
so
did I. When forced to eat something, you're never going to willingly eat it.
Yeah.
Oh no, she what is it? She always steamed them, which made them terrible if you fry them.
You
Yeah.
overcook
They are
them.
far better.
My mom always steamed them. Yeah.
The problem with Brussels sprouts is everybody overcooks them,
Hmm.
and I can't stand the fucking things.
They
They're
don't
like
need a lot.
skunky
You just sear it.
cabbage.
Yeah, skunky
Because-
cabbage. That's a good description.
Skunky cabbage. They're
Skunky
terrible.
little cabbage.
Yeah, they're terrible.
Yeah.
And I love cabbage. God damn, I'll
Mhm.
eat the shit out of that stuff.
Yeah.
But those goddamn Brussels sprouts. Yeah.
All right, I guess I'm the weird one out here.
No, I
No, if they're cooked
Everybody's
right,
got
they're
their thing.
really good.
I mean, my
Yeah.
mom liked them. I never cared for them.
Right.
I'm
But-
not. I'm not going to knock you for your taste in food, and we've all got something that everyone else is like, "Are you insane?"
oh, 100%.
Like Jimmy and his Rocky Mountain oysters.
Bleh.
Or you can
Well,
call it American-
Chaos for you. Put him up, man. That's funny as fuck.
The smell was worse. Yeah.
Well, now I was looking at the puke faces.
Oh, like pineapple on pizza.
That's
Thinly
fucking
sliced
funny.
and deep fried. Dear God.
Mhm.
No.
Mhm.
Jimmy, your North
Right.
American sushi is never going to take off with
What's
everyone.
wrong with pineapple on pizza? I love that shit
What
with
the
Canadian
What
bacon.
is this?
He's talking
Yo.
about the the what do they call them? Mountain.
Rocky
Rocky
Mountain oysters.
Mountain.
Oh, those nothing wrong with those.
Bull balls?
There's nothing
Bleh.
wrong with bull balls
Is that what
or
he's talking
sheep balls.
about? Bull balls?
Bull balls, sheep balls, any balls. They're all fucking
I
edible.
mean,
But does that make you gay?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Well, you're
No.
eating balls.
hang on.
Well,
I have to say this. Okay, Mr. Waltz.
let's get something straight here, gentlemen. And this
Yeah.
is something that everybody needs to understand.
yeah.
When you break down an animal
Yeah.
and eat it,
Mhm.
you eat every part of that animal that you can.
Not going to disagree.
So, if
And that's
you
gonna include
rely on that animal for your survival, you're not going to waste one piece of it. One
I
of the
will-
things that you will ever, if you read any of the Laura Ingalls Wilder books, which are the Little
The Little
House on the
House
Prairie
books.
books,
Right.
there was a very poignant description of how they cooked the tail off the pig. Do you want something that was smothered in shit,
No, but
fried on a pan,
bleh.
and you would eat it? That's
Here's-
exactly what I'm talking about.
yeah,
Here-
but you clean it off and you cook it.
Well, yeah, you clean it and you prep it properly.
Hey,
And-
Tommy,
and-
here's the thing I'm going to point out. There are certain types of foods that, yeah, you can technically eat them, but
Mhm.
they're really not intended for human consumption. They're more intended for you to give to other support animals.
Yeah. and-
That's not true. That's not true.
Really?
That's not true at all. I grew up next to a Mexican family that would butcher goats,
Mm-hmm.
and they would take all the guts, clean them out, which you would call tripe, slide all the shit out of them, and then they would wash them in salt water, and then they would deep fry it. And I'll tell you right now, that was the best goddamn little fucking fry I've ever had in my life. Those things were tasty as fuck. And it was the shit shoot of the goat that they were cooking.
Okay.
Hmm. I don't know if I'd eat shit shoots.
Literally it was intestine. It's
what I'm getting at when I say that there's certain things that are not intended for human consumption.
that should be the brains,
Mhm.
especially because that's how you get the fucking
They're
mad
very
cow
prone
disease
to,
bullshit
what's
going
it
on.
That's where I'm. That's where I'm.
Yeah.
Protoplasm?
There are certain
Is that what it
parts of every animal that,
I do
technically
agree.
there-
I do agree.
you can eat it, but it's not really something safe to be eaten.
Mm-hmm. Well, I grew up in an area where scrambled eggs and brains was actually a thing.
Yeah, you can go to my local grocery store right up the street here and buy
Mhm.
pig's brains in a can.
Oh, I
So,
bet.
you notice I'm not arguing against any of that. I'm just saying
Mhm.
that there are certain things that really are not intended for humans to ingest.
Right. Well, and that becomes a situation of a medical issue where the prions were what was causing the issue.
Oh yeah, prions disease.
And the prions were what was damaged and caused the problem.
Well,
It used to be that you could eat brains all day long,
A-
in
a
15.
prion is actually a type of microorganism. It's not a damage to part of a structure. It is a microorganism that can go around because you can actually the so-called brain-eating amoebas that you can encounter in certain rivers and lakes are actually a type of prion disease.
Well, the prions I was talking about are actually part of the central nervous systems of animals.
Well, that's where they like to congregate.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, they're still a type of microorganism. They're not actually a part of something natively. At least under normal circumstances, they are not.
That would explain why it's a problem.
Because
Are you going to disagree? No.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just letting you know factual evidence, the same way Crusader would be doing to you.
So you want to hear my I generally eat pretty plain, I don't, some people eat crazy shit, and Jimmy said he'll fry up anything with bacon and he'll eat it. So but generally I don't do that.
He literally ate balls.
Okay.
So here's my gross story, but it's not really gross. It's something I don't know. It's just kind of a funny story. So a guy, this is years ago when I was in my 20s, a guy bought a car I had, and he paid me to bring it to him. He was in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
So this Yankee drove down to North Carolina to deliver this car on a trailer.
You're a brave son of a bitch.
Well, he paid me a good amount to bring it. So
okay.
So, I just booked a fucking Motel 6, whatever it was, just because, keep my expenses down and whatnot. So I didn't realize I booked it. It was like, this is before like the internet was really a thing, so you weren't like sure where you were booking your hotel. So it was in the ghetto, but it had quote unquote McDonald's attached to it. Right. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm hungry and I don't care what I'll eat. I'll go eat McDonald's. But it was weird because it didn't look like a regular McDonald's. And I'm like, oh, maybe this is how they do it down here in North Carolina. So, yeah, I walked into the place and it was literally like a record, scratch off the record moment. It was literally there. I was the only white guy in there. And everybody's like, what is this motherfucker doing in this place?
Who this dude?
Who this dude? And it was a place called McDonald's, named after some guy, McDonald guy, and it was all soul food. I'm like,
oh God, that's good stuff though.
So I'm like, fuck, I can't. I'm hungry and I don't want to like drive because I got a trailer that's behind me. I don't want to fucking drive all over the place. So I'm like, well, fuck it. I'll try it. Why not? I'm here, and they were actually nice and they were like,
shit, this white boy coming down here. We'll take care of you, white boy, down in our place down here. So it was like you had to grab a tray and you go through the line. So I was just like trying everything. They're like, you want some of this? I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll have some of that. You want some of this? Yeah. So I had, big old plate of food and I'm like eating everything on there. and I asked the waiter, I was like, oh, what's this? And he said, oh, that's chitlins.
Yeah, chitlins.
And later I found out chitlins what they are. So
well, different things are chitlins. There's a lot of chitlins aren't all the same.
Some variety of chitlins.
Pig intestines, good stuff.
Yeah, pig intestines. So that's about the nastiest thing.
Okay, have you ever had giblet stuffing?
Oh yeah,
probably.
Oh
Probably.
yeah. The giblets, not giblets. Fuck you, giblets. They're giblets.
Don't be a me. But let me be the grammar Nazi here, okay?
I love you, man. Fuck you.
You're not my type. We've had this conversation.
Oh, I know we have.
Chitlins is wildly carcinogenic to humans. Nice.
Well,
I only ate a little bit of it once.
So let me ask you this: how was the dinner?
It was passable. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was better than like McDonald's, but
well, that right there is a winner.
Yeah. So
that's not a high bar to surpass.
No, it isn't.
Like I said earlier, the only reason I bother with McDonald's is whenever I need finger food on a trip.
Well, do you guys saw the look on RFK's face when he was eating McDonald's with Donald Trump?
Well,
he looked like he was going to throw up.
I love the look on his face. It's like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm excited to see what he does because he wants to outlaw a lot of shit that's in our food that shouldn't be in our food. So him.
He is going to be a very good person in our government.
I think so. I really do. And
I agree.
That's another thing. Like they were trying to say, "Oh, Trump, he's going to bring in this regime of Nazis and shit." And it's like he is the most bipartisan guy.
Yeah,
that I could think of.
And he started as a Democrat.
Well, hang on. Let's just be honest here. That's because Trump is a 1980s Democrat.
Yeah.
He has not changed his stances from what I've seen in almost 30 years.
No, it's just the party has left him. Like
he has gotten a little bit more vociferous on some of his stances.
Well, he's gotten very much more forceful on his stances, and that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I was about to say, I like that. We need someone who's willing to stand up for what they actually believe in and not kowtow to every whim and BS hole that comes out.
Yeah.
What we're calling Democrats and Republicans nowadays are not true Democrat and Republican people. There's something entirely different.
They're uniparty.
They're high uniparty. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like a way different.
Because they just want to enrich themselves and their families and their futures. They don't give a shit about you.
I mean, seriously, it has turned to the point of it's the people versus the government.
Good night,
Yep, sure has.
I mean, really, that's what this has come down to. There's no longer, a friendly fire between Dems and Republicans every election. It is literally, it's come down to people versus the government.
Yeah. I can agree with that statement wholeheartedly.
Absolutely. Real quick, Outlaw, while you're speaking, can you play the CD you received?
Oh my God!
Junior is asking.
Do you know?
Broken Pine, by the way.
Do you know what Riggs and RO and all those guys on Brandon's stream decided to get me for Christmas.
I do not. What did they do?
Yeah, I bet you it's that fucking. Oh God, is it what I think it is?
And it
picture
sounds
of
like something
Saunders.
you guys would do. Honestly.
It's a
Oh,
picture
no.
I
of
would
No, it's
never
not as-
send you my Mariah Carey.
It was Mariah Carey.
I
Oh,
would
God.
never send that to you, dude. That's
It
just
was
torture.
Mariah Carey's Christmas CD.
So you know, okay. So you know what you got to do. Don't open it, and then next year you send it back to.
Yeah, exactly.
Merry Christmas. I did this for several. Me and my friend did this back and forth for several years with a Hall and Oates Christmas CD.
That was actually a decent album.
Oh,
But
so
anyway, the Hall and Oates album.
Hall and Oates Christmas album.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
There
That
you
was
go.
not a bad album.
Just
But anyway,
don't forget to send it back.
oh fuck.
And then the following year, you might get it back, or you might not. It's a crapshoot. Or send it to somebody different in the group. Like send it to Riggs
Now-
next year.
Oh
Now,
yeah,
it's not as evil
Riggs
as-
deserves it.
it's not as evil as what you do to Pop, but it's still.
Honestly, I still say what we all need to do is for Pop, Battle Dwarf, Blake, and Dave, have everyone in the regiment send each of them a can of Spam.
What's wrong with spam?
Nothing. Just then we could say we spammed his PO box.
Spam this PO box.
Again,
Well, there's that.
with the fucking dad jokes.
No, actually, that's a pretty good fucking idea.
That would be the mother of all pranks, would it not?
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I'm more impressed that the guys were able to track down a Mariah Carey CD that was still in the wrapper.
Oh.
What?
Because
It doesn't. It's got the seal on it.
yes, it's still wrapped in plastic and everything. Got the sticker over the plastic and everything.
Oh my god! Fuck rid of that thing. It's
You
like
can sell it.
that's a pariah.
Okay,
Not
outlaw.
That's a pariah.
Yeah.
You need to take that to your nearest priest and
yeah,
have
and get it.
him immediately. It is probably cursed.
I feel like my house is being haunted right now with that CD in it.
Immediately get to a priest and have them do an exorcism.
I mean, if my Christmas decorations start playing on their own, dishes start flying around, I'm gonna get a little scared.
Well, I'm kind of worried about you and your dad if you've got Christmas decorations up.
No, we don't.
Well,
Because who the fuck cares?
No,
Heck of a time to jump in the conversation because I'm playing Rogue Trader at the point where they do a summoning ritual and a warp spawn shows up, and I walk in and y'all are talking about hauntings and things flying around on their own.
well, Tommy, I'm a Southerner,
poor
so that
Tommy.
means that my Christmas lights and stuff stays up year round. I don't bother taking them down.
Oh God, you're one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, man.
Well,
That's
now
No, Jesus
I'm in
left
this.
because of people like Outlaw.
Well, I've been really good about it in Gilded saying Jeebus.
you know what?
Now I'm just gonna go fucking Jesus Christ. What the fuck, man?
Who the fuck wants to put all that shit up just for like a couple of days?
Who the fuck wants to put it up in the first place?
Well, my mom used to.
Well, it's nice to get in the spirit. I used to do a lot of lights, but then I said, you know what? Fuck this. And I just have 2 spotlights, one green and one red, and I just point them at the house.
My
I'm serious.
idea-
Wow.
Hey, it could
Nice.
be. At least
Billy,
I'm not one of
understated.
those people that puts the freaking LED projector up and calls it a day.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I'll do the
My
LED
idea-
projector.
I mean, I'm not very Christmas spirited anyway. My idea is getting a Christmas tree cake box of Little Debbie's and using one of them as a Christmas tree against the wall. Like, I'm not very Christmas oriented.
I am all with you, Jimmy, by the way.
Hey.
No
Oh my God.
decorations before
Jimmy,
I
I
ain't
was seeing
putting up anything before Thanksgiving.
Jimmy,
Go.
I was seeing Santa Clauses in Walmart before Halloween.
Oh yeah, they were putting that shit up in
Yeah.
September.
Yeah, I was hearing Christmas music as early as August.
Hey,
Motherfucker.
I remember going and actually sitting on Santa's lap. Fuck you guys.
I don't remember
As
all
an
that.
adult,
Was that last week?
No, this is a long time ago.
I mean, anybody else like getting those Christmas tree cakes at the end of the year?
no.
Christmas tree cakes?
Yeah, Little Debbie makes a Christmas tree cake year round
I never liked the
for
Little Debbie
Christmas.
stuff. I don't know. The Little Debbie stuff always had this kind of taste to it. I just didn't particularly care for.
I saw the other day where Hostess is
The
bankrupt.
taste of
They went
preservatives.
under.
Well,
they were
Hostess
talking
did
about
go bankrupt. They went bankrupt and then it got
Dude.
sold off.
You're
Yeah.
gonna have to listen to me piss and talk about this shit right now.
Oh my gosh! Here we go.
Jesus fucking Christ. Hostess is gone.
Yeah, Hostess.
The Little Debbie bullshit. Fuck that.
Hey, I'm a fatten. They're good.
And you're not that fat.
They ain't good.
I mean, hey, the Christmas tree cakes are
No,
pretty
he's
good.
just
you know?
fat.
Well, yeah,
And
the
bald.
Christmas tree cake.
Hey,
The
if you think
Christmas
that's good, you gotta use
tree.
the taste buds.
Those things are great. Whatever.
are
Eat a fucking pine tree. I don't give a fuck.
They really are.
I can't say I've ever tried one, to be honest.
Shit,
Okay,
I'll
who-
go outside and knock a tree down and put it at my front door. I don't care.
Well, sure. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's your land. Do it.
I'll go to Dollar Tree and get a little miniature Christmas tree and put it on the table and act like that's my Christmas
Yeah,
tree.
fuck
There you
Dollar
go. Get the
Tree.
little
Don't give them
Charlie
any
Brown
money.
one.
Yeah.
Quit giving China money.
Hey, I've got
True.
a little about 3.5 foot LED Christmas tree that I put up every year, that I put up since I was in the barracks. There's literally only 1 year that thing did not come out of its box. And that was the year that my psycho ex-girlfriend was living with me in the apartment.
Hmm.
And that was because I was afraid she was going to try to use it as a enrichment thing for one of her flippin' snakes.
Oh shit.
Well, I think we're gonna close it down for the night. But before we do, we're gonna go around the room. And I lost Corn Pop. Before we do, we'll go around the room and see what everybody's thankful for. So why don't you go, Mando, since you're next to me here?
I'm thankful for getting through another year without having a psychotic break.
All right. Very good. Go ahead, Jackal.
I'm thankful for still being alive and having an opportunity to improve myself,
Nice.
even though that it's going at a very, very slow rate because I'm being a picky bitch, but
That's
some
good.
progress. At least I'm making some progress rather than none.
What are you thankful for, Outlaw? The Little Debbie cakes?
Because he's fat.
Actually, it's like I told Big Angry Phil last night. I'm thankful for not having 4 years of cackling heels up. Bitch
Oh
ass.
God, 100%.
Yup.
I'm sure you guys saw that video
Oh,
that
God.
put out where she
Oh.
looks like
hammered.
drunk. Yeah.
Did you guys see Benny Johnson's on that? Oh my
No, I
God. Benny Johnson's video on that was like, oh my God.
What's up, Jack?
What's up, brother?
She seemed more drunk than Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's an achievement.
I wish she would just go away already.
And Nancy Pelosi, too.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
How about you, Sean? What are you thankful for?
Probably a great many things, but mainly this year is the company of good friends.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And how about you, Outlaw, for real? Besides
No, I'm being serious. That and yeah, the fact that we still have everybody here that ain't nobody in the community died. You know.
Yep. It's always a good thing. How about you, Tom?
You know, it seems I'll build on that because it seems like this community is still the same guys over and over again. And a lot of people would bitch about that because it gets stale, but it's still the same guys, it's still the same bullshit, and we all back each other up. And this is a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, it really is. And I love it. I really do.
God bless us all, everyone.
Exactly. I mean, it seems like that, right? It does. It does. It seems like that. But at the same time, it's like, you know what? We're fucking brothers in arms. We're dealing with the shit. We're fighting the fight. And there's nothing wrong with what we do.
Yep. Well,
I want to continue it. I do want to continue it. This is the best community I've ever been involved with.
Oh, that's very nice of you to say.
Well, honestly, it is.
That's awesome. Well, we're thankful for you, Tommy. We're thankful that you're part
I'm
of it.
a dick.
Yes, but you're our dick.
What a fucking dick.
Yeah, you're my yeah. You guys.
That's right. And you got your little gay beer koozie there, so you're your Bud Light.
I love it.
Hang on. Every group has a heart. Every group has a brain. Every group has every other part of the human anatomy. Someone has to be the asshole.
Yep. Or the dick.
Or the dick.
All right, guys. I'm going to put you in the background. If you want to hang after, we can hang for a little bit, but I do have to go to bed soon because got a big day tomorrow. All right.
You-
Well, hopefully you aren't sucking dick.
Oh, wow.
No. I'm cooking a turkey for my family.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry.
Oh my God.
And on that, with you guys in the background, you fucked up. Well, everybody, I'm thankful you guys showed up for my little show here. This is actually my last show potentially on StreamYards because StreamYards has gone completely crazy and has quadrupled their pricing. Unless there's a sale tomorrow. That's how I got StreamYards last year. It was only like 90 something bucks. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll do it for 90 bucks, but 400 and something bucks that they want now, no thanks. So I'm thankful for everybody here. I'm thankful for being alive, to be honest. Life's going well. And sometimes you gotta stop and kind of smell the roses and see where you're at and be thankful that you're above ground and not below it. So with that, I'm going to leave you with another song off my forthcoming album. I'm thankful that you guys stick around and participate in the show. I love all your comments. I do read them all, believe it or not. And we'll catch you maybe in 2 weeks. I don't know. We'll see. I might be on a different kind of stream thing. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. So with that, I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll catch you in 2 weeks. A wonderful weekend. Hope you guys have a wonderful weekend too. And I'll take you out with this song, I think. Again, if you don't like it, it's okay. It's not for everybody. But it'll be out on Friday. And I think it's cool. So, but that's just me because I did the work. So have a great night, guys. Have a great Thanksgiving. Have a great weekend. I'll catch you real soon. See ya.